You fall asleep. You wake up lighter, not relaxed, lighter. Something fed on you while you slept. No alarm, no scream. That image sits at the center of this study. Also, yes, sorry, this video starts creepy. One small joke to balance things. At least these creatures wait until you sleep. Unlike your phone notifications, this study examines visceral eating supernatural beings across cultures.
In the Philippines, you know them as the manananggal, tik-tik, wak-wak, and balbal. They split their bodies. They fly at night. They feed on unborn children or organs of the sleeping. This topic matters today. These stories still shape fear, gender roles, and ideas of the body across Asia and beyond. Horror films recycle the same images. Online folklore threads repeat the same warnings. Urban legends reuse the same rules. People recognize these monsters on sight. Fear stays alive since the idea still speaks to real anxieties. Across Southeast Asia, similar beings appear again and again. Malaysia and Indonesia describe the manananggal or Pontianak. A flying female head trails entrails and hunts pregnant women. Thailand tells of the krasue. Laos and Cambodia speak of the aap or AAP. The visual grammar stays consistent. Detached head, dangling organs, night flight, a focus on pregnancy and birth. Outside Asia, the form shifts while the function stays familiar. Aztec mythology describes the Cihuateteo. Spirits of women who died in childbirth steal children and spread illness. Slavic folklore gives Baba Yaga. She targets the young and vulnerable. She rarely flies with exposed organs. The role stays the same. Previous research treats these figures as isolated folklore. Studies focus on single regions or single creatures. Anthropologists discuss fear of childbirth. Feminist readings examine control of women's bodies. Medical historians link stories to maternal death and miscarriage. Horror scholars track visual motifs. All useful, all partial. 3 ideas guide this work. Folklore travels through trade, migration, and oral exchange. Monsters encode social anxiety. Repetition across cultures signals shared human concern, not coincidence. One problem remains unresolved. No study compares these visceral eaters as a global archetype. Research stops at surface similarity. Few ask why the same body horror repeats across distant cultures. Why exposed organs? Why pregnancy? Why sleep? Why female-coded bodies almost every time? This gap matters. Understanding the pattern explains how fear spreads. It explains why some images refuse to fade. This research steps into that gap. The goal focuses on comparison, not collection. It traces the visceral eater as a shared myth structure. It identifies common traits, targets, and narrative roles. It explains why these beings persist in modern media and memory. It shows what societies project onto these monsters and what lessons hide beneath the fear. Here is the structure. First, this paper defines Philippine visceral eaters and their traits. Second, it compares them with Southeast Asian counterparts using historical and visual analysis. Third, it examines non-Asian parallels through function, not appearance. Fourth, it analyzes childbirth, sleep, and bodily invasion. Final sections explore modern horror and cultural meaning. Before moving on, picture the story at its most disturbing. You lie down after a long day. Outside, a sound mimics a bird. Closer. Then silence. Above you, something smells blood. You never wake. Your family finds no wound, only absence. Stories like this endure since they speak to fear without language. Fear of loss, fear of birth, fear of failing to protect. A lesson hides beneath the terror. These myths warn communities to guard the vulnerable. They encode danger into story. They remind people to stay together, to watch over mothers, to respect moments like birth and sleep. Fear becomes instruction. Across cultures, the pattern repeats. Pregnancy, sleep, the unguarded body. These stories externalize anxiety people struggle to explain. When medicine fails, when birth turns dangerous, when death arrives without warning, humans give fear a face you recognize. A face you warn others about. Once fear has shape, communities respond. They set rules. They keep lights on. They watch over mothers. Myth becomes social defense. These monsters also police behavior. They target isolation. They punish secrecy. They attack those left alone. The message stays clear. Stay within the group. Follow ritual. Respect life thresholds. This is where the research turns practical. Horror survives since it teaches without lectures. Stories travel faster than laws. Images last longer than facts. A flying head with organs terrifies. A medical warning fades. Next, the focus narrows. Entertainment alone limits understanding. The next step treats these figures as cultural data. Watch the next episode. One creature. Full breakdown. You learn what fear built. You learn why people keep rebuilding it.
Thanks for watching. Hit that like button and share this video with someone who loves a good scare. Every tap and share helps us bring ye more terrifying true stories, disturbing encounters, and chillin' mysteries. Tales designed to keep ye up at night. This is Dark Hour Diaries, where your nightmares find a voice. Arr!